Welcome to Save on Plants. This info video is going to concentrate on boxwoods. This trimmability allows them to be used as either a standalone accent plant or as a hedge. They are slow growing and require minimal trimming. They also grow well in either full sun or full shade. Overall, a very versatile plant that has a lot of fans. Boxwoods are our biggest selling plant, and for good reason. Not only are they attractive evergreens that you can enjoy year-round, they are hardy and very trimmable. Here's a slide showing typical use of boxwoods. This is about an 18-inch high hedge, and this plant or this hedge can be kept at this height forever, literally. It would require 1 to 2 trimmings at the most per year to keep it looking neat, and 10 or 15 years down the road it would still look nice at this height. Whereas some other plants, if you were to repeatedly be trimming them, they eventually would get woody looking and have really thick trunks and not a lot of leaves on them and look kind of sparse. Boxwoods are one of the best plants for low hedging. Boxwoods are known for being extremely trimmable. Here's an excellent example. Here's even a better example of a piece of art, literally, that was done using boxwoods. If you're ever looking for a part-time hobby, this would be a great thing to do. While boxwoods can grow over 10 feet tall, they lend themselves for great hedges, even as short as 6 inches. There is no other evergreen that is so versatile with respect to its trimmability, so that you can plant it and maintain it at 6 inches, or if you've got the time, you can let it grow to 10 feet. However, it does take about 100 years to get that tall. They are slow-growing plants. There are many varieties of boxwoods. Our experience has shown that green velvet, green mountain, and green gem do well in our climate. While being very hardy, all three have a very similar appearance, to the point where it is difficult to tell the difference between them, even for us that are in the business. Most of the other boxwood varieties have hardiness issues that we would rather avoid, so we don't sell them. The most delicate is the English variegated variety, which definitely has a hard time with our winters. If you are set on having a variegated leaf similar to the English boxwood, then you are better off switching over to Gaiety euonymus, which is much hardier than the English variety of the variegated boxwood. Boxwoods have the highest survival rate of any plant we sell. If there is a problem with them, it is usually caused by the environment where they are planted. Often used along walkways and driveways, they end up being exposed to salt or animal damage. No plant wants salt exposure, and boxwoods are no exception. Nor does any plant want to have a dog marking its territory on its leaves. The very few failures that occur with boxwoods are almost completely attributed to dog or salt exposure. So do not use salt anywhere near them, keeping in mind that salt will migrate in runoff water. If you've been using lots of salt in the area where you plan to put a row of boxwoods, or any plants for that matter, you should dig out that soil and replace it with fresh soil, and refrain from using any salt in the future. If you're using boxwoods near a sidewalk that is frequented by dogs on walks, you're best to give the dogs a target near the sidewalk, like a large rock, so they avoid hitting the actual plants. We often tell people to plant or stop their hedges 3 or 4 feet away from a sidewalk, and then locate a large rock, statue, a post, whatever, something to divert the attention of the dog so that it doesn't try to mark its territory on your plants. Despite these two threats to boxwoods, they have proven to be the most reliable plant for our area. They are mice, rabbit, and deer resistant, so even the coldest winters they come through with no damage from rodents. Now, we're more than happy to share our info files with you. They're available on YouTube, etc., at our website. In addition, you can come in with your own USB transfer stick, and we will transfer the whole library over onto your transfer stick, at no charge, of course. And you'll have probably a little higher quality and maybe a little bit easier to view than being on YouTube. So feel free to bring your stick in. If we're delivering to you, we'll bring a USB stick with us, and you can borrow that while we're unloading. You can load it onto your computer. We're always very happy to share whatever information we can give you. Before planting or even making a final decision, be sure to watch all of our info videos. From all of us at Save on Plants, we wish you the best and happy gardening.